Hey, it's Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews, and welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. Today I'm drinking out of a growler. It's from the Lone Wolf Brewing Company of Wolfeboro, New Hampshire. And this is their double. They don't put any fancy names on their beers, they just tell you what the style is. Comes in with an alcohol by volume of 7.6% ABV. I recently visited the Lone Wolf Brewery in Wolfeboro. They're open on the weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And they have a nice little tasting room there, and they usually have 4 beers available on draft. And it's a very pleasant sort of environment. So, and now, just recently, they've announced they're going to be bottling their beers and making them available around New Hampshire. So this was picked up at the brewery, a growler. It's the double, comes in 7.6 as I said. And, you know, I had it on the little flight, and now I bought the whole growler. I thought it was pretty good. Abbey doubles are sort of one of my favorite styles. And so I'm going to, kind of talk about this here. You can't get their beers outside of New Hampshire, and I don't think, at least in the short term, you will ever be able to do so because of the way New Hampshire's nano-brewery laws are set up. It's very beneficial to the nano-breweries themselves. They can self-distribute. They can, provide growlers on their premises. You can allow tastings. I think they've been talking about putting tastings at farmers markets, things like that. So New Hampshire does allow a lot of New Hampshire customers to enjoy New Hampshire beers, but outside of New Hampshire is a whole different story. So anyway, let's give it a pour and we'll take a look at this. I'm getting kind of an amber color, medium amber color with a slight haze, and I'd say copper amber. I'm not really picking up any reddish hues. It's mostly a copper amber brown color with a modest little off-white head. The aroma on this, well, the sweet malts are really front and forward on this one, but then you're also picking up a touch of the yeast and picking up sort of a sweet, sugary, Belgian sugary character. It's almost more like a brown sugar character. I don't know if that's probably the right definition, but that's not normally something you pick up in the style, but it's kind of what I'm getting. And I am getting a dark, sort of dried fruit character going on here. And Abbey doubles don't usually have a big hop presence, and I'm not really picking up much hop. As a matter of fact, I think the IBUs, or international bittering units, on this is around 15 IBUs, which means it won't be super bitter. Let's check out the taste. I think I'm serving this now in the vicinity of between 45 and 50 degrees is my guess. And I think the body on this comes into the medium range. It's rather smooth. I don't know I want to call it creamy, but definitely a smooth, kind of pleasant body. The finish is a little on the dry-ish side, but again, the main flavors become the malts. And you get the sort of a dark fruit, more of a fruity character. It's almost like an apple sort of character in there. I'm not getting much in the way of spice or herbs, anything like that. I'm picking up more of a slight fruity character. It's not really super fruity, but apple perhaps, pear. Not so much in the banana area. I'm not getting much clove, no coriander, which are very common to the style. Either that or those herbs and spices are really muted. And I'm just not picking them up much because usually that's something that's fairly noticeable, even to someone who's not really someone who drinks a lot of craft beers. These Belgian styles, a lot of breweries in the country love to emulate those, and some have a lot of success with those. Allagash of Maine is one of my favorites. I've reviewed a few of their beers here. Ommegang from New York. Unibrew out of Canada, and also Lost Abbey's another one out of California. They put out some really nice Belgian style, Abbey style beers. This one seems a little too sweet for my liking, but I'm not going to be super critical because it does represent the style to a degree. I wouldn't put it in the category of those 4 breweries I just mentioned. However, this is a nice little beer to have if you're visiting the brewery and checking out the different beers that are available. This happens to be the Abbey the double I'm talking about, but I would recommend their Robust Porter if you ever get to that brewery. That is one of their finer beers, and they also have a nice IPA. It's got some punch to it. So I'd recommend those two if you ever get to the brewery. It's in a scenic area, downtown area of Wolfeboro. Lots of niche shops around to go shopping at. So I'd recommend it if you get to Wolfeboro, New Hampshire, because that's about the only place you're going to find anything from Lone Wolf Brewing. So this is the Lone Wolfe Dubbel. So thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.